Hey everybody, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the comments. So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different that I usually don't talk about at all on my channel. So he's going to start talking.
Hi everyone. Yeah, we're going to. This is going to be like one of our other videos that we did in the sense that it's kind of like a podcast conversation between the two of us. Those of you that are subscribers to the channel may have watched the one video where we discussed the business side of things,
Yeah,
like
the business and how I got
repairs,
started.
how we got started. But today's going to be a little different because we're going to talk about challenges and specifically a disability that Robert has and something that he has had to work with and overcome. So, and we thought that it would be of interest to viewers.
Yeah.
Maybe some folks that haven't even watched the channel yet, because there are other people that have similar challenges. And quite frankly, watching your videos, someone may not even realize that. They
Somebody
say, "Oh,
would not realize that I have a disability."
right." They may say, "What kind of disability you have? Like, you do all this stuff. Like, what is your disability?" So that's why we thought, or you thought,
Yeah.
it would be good to do this to let people know that, that as successful as you are and what you've been able to achieve thus far, it hasn't come without some challenges,
right,
and obstacles to overcome.
Yes.
So we thought that would be worth talking about.
Yes.
So tell us about your disability. What is it?
I have a reading disability.
Okay, and how long have you been aware of that?
Since I was a kid.
Okay, and can you tell us from a childhood perspective, what challenges did you face with having a disability as a child?
I got bullied a little bit by some people, and it's not easy having a disability, but I try to make the best out of it and just work on a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you shared that, because bullying is something that when I was in school, when you were in school, it was there.
Yeah.
There were, instances of bullying, and it shouldn't be. Their older generations would say it was, just be tough, don't worry about it, or fight back, or whatever. But
Yeah.
the reality is, you shouldn't have to.
Right.
A child shouldn't have to go to school and
Get
bullied, and because you're there to learn, you
Yeah.
should be in an environment that's safe, where you don't have the distractions, you don't have people, you don't have that stress. But it is a reality that you faced.
Yeah.
I faced to some degree.
Right.
And so it's important to be honest about that. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, if you are a child, or if your child is getting bullied, you do need to intervene. There is a point where you do need to talk with your child about it, talk with
the school
with personnel in the school, to let them know about it, and let it be handled. Don't just let it go on.
Right.
Because it can be very detrimental to a child's development, to their education, and to their own well-being.
Yeah.
So it is important. Despite having a learning disability, how were you able to learn a trade or trades such as lawn maintenance and landscaping? Because someone might say, this is where someone watch your videos and say, you don't have a disability. Like, look at all the stuff you can do. Like, how were you able to overcome the reading disability or learning disability to be able to do?
Basically, I use a app on my phone when I'm text messaging, and and as far as like what I do on my side business, I basically, if I have a problem with my if I have a problem with my whatever I'm working on, I have one of usually he helps me look up some videos, or I just get it done.
So you had to learn to use various types of equipment
Yes.
to know how to operate them, how
Yes.
to maintain them. And did you find that challenging when you first started out?
Yes, it was
when it was new
it
to you?
was challenging, but after I got the hang of it, I just did it.
Well, I think it goes to say too that when you find something you enjoy,
Yeah.
the challenges aren't as discouraging.
Yeah.
They really like you feel determined to
Yeah.
learn and to overcome whatever obstacles there are and
Yes.
you know, make progress with it.
Yes.
So I don't know if anyone can hear that whistling. There's wind outside here.
Yeah, it's
We
windy.
got some gusty winds here and outside, so that's.
I'm sure you could hear it in the background,
Right.
because it's noisy enough where you can hear it.
Yeah. Just some of you may think there's a studio audience and we have some whistling. People are whistling like their approval. There's nobody whistling. It's the wind. All right. So you had to learn to use different types of equipment.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in the last video.
Yes.
So I don't want to really get into all the equipment stuff.
Right.
But can you tell us some of the things you've been able to accomplish in that field, or in that area? What are some things you've been able to do?
I did manage to sell a lot of my equipment that I put on Facebook Marketplace. I made
Equipment that you repaired, right?
Yes.
In most cases, you repaired and then
Yes.
were able to sell it. Yeah.
Yes. And I managed to make friends, and I managed to basically people know me.
You made connections.
Yes.
Network with people, kind of.
Yeah.
We've done some of that.
Yes.
And with working in the field of landscaping, lawn maintenance, etc., you've learned to use different types of mowers, right?
Yes.
So I said we're not. If you want to watch the other video, we get more into that stuff. But then you've been able to use hedge trimmers.
Yes.
And other types of trimmers. And
yes.
You've been able to build garden beds. And
yes.
So you kind of expanded your knowledge. Chainsaws.
Yes.
And do tree pruning, leaf blowers, leaf
yes.
cleanup, even snow removal and other things.
Yes. It's definitely a good. It keeps my mind busy. It keeps me out of trouble. It definitely is a good thing to do.
Yeah. So you've learned a lot by watching.
Yeah.
More than someone explaining it to you.
Yeah.
Learn, and I think a lot of us would say the same thing, that it's a lot easier to learn by watching, and it's even better to learn by doing.
Yeah.
Hands-on to me is the best way.
Yes.
Watching a video is a great
yeah.
way, but then actually doing it.
Yes.
And then, but at some point you just have to go for it, right?
Yes.
How were you able to overcome the reading difficulties? Because as you said earlier, that's the disability, and reading is such an essential thing today. You have to be able to read directions. You have
yes.
to be able to read instructions. You have to
yes.
be able to,
So basically, like I said, I use that app for some things, but
right. It's called Translate, by the way. I have it written here. So Translate it's an app that. How does it work? I don't have it.
It's basically you copy what it says, and then you could replay it, whatever the person is saying. You could understand what they're saying.
Okay, so it's you copy and paste it.
Yeah.
For text messaging.
Yes.
Only, or could it be an article if you read?
If you you can use it for, you can't use it for YouTube. But you can basically use it for Instagram, anything that you can write except for YouTube, you can use it for.
Mostly social media then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can copy and paste the text, and it'll give you an audio.
Yeah.
It'll read it for you.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a good.
Yes.
That's very helpful, right? But as you said, there are some things that doesn't work for, like YouTube comments.
Right.
Um,
but I try to read it a little bit, but sometimes I do ask for help with the reading.
Okay, and that's important too, because we don't know it. None of us know everything. None of us have all the answers. So
right.
The fact that you're able to utilize different tools or resources to help you, and then be able to ask someone for help, I think is an important thing.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to let pride prevent us from reaching goals or doing the things we want to do because we don't want to ask for help.
Right.
So that's a good one. All right, tell us about your work in small engine repair and maintenance, and how are you able to do that despite the obstacles and challenges getting in, because the repair side and maintaining equipment is a little different than just using it. Like, that gets a little more technical, you know, with having to find parts or making adjustments and things of that nature. So
I use basically, if I can't find it on most of my parts I buy is from Amazon or eBay,
and a few other smaller ones, right?
Yes.
There's some other websites I know that you use, but so you look for the part numbers.
Yes.
And
I get help.
Do some research.
I get help finding the parts. He helps me find the parts, right?
Yeah. And again, sometimes you're required, there is some reading involved.
Yes.
Right? But a lot of times you have diagrams.
Yeah, so there's diagrams for everything.
So you've learned to identify parts you're looking for by looking at the diagrams and corresponding part number and stuff. So that's really good. Let's kind of switch gears here a little bit. Let's look at, you know, what you've been able to achieve, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But what about future goals? Do you have any future goals, things you'd like to achieve? And if so, what are they?
I want to get my license eventually and really help other people that have disabilities through YouTube. I can help them somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think just by making this video, you're helping someone. And I appreciate you wanting to make the video to talk about this.
Yes.
Because I think it is an important thing that we discuss.
And I know I'm gonna get some comments that are not gonna be that I will like, but you know what? You're always gonna get negative people comment on your situation.
Well, hopefully not, because I have to say, because I am a subscriber to your channel.
Yes.
Okay. And I do read the comments, and they're
I haven't had
very. I can't remember even a negative comment. Like maybe
I haven't had a negative
There have been a couple
of little ones,
some minor
but
things, nothing terrible. So I'm not expecting any negative comments. But if somebody does that, you know, people. That's one thing when you're in public and you go on YouTube. People have the right to their opinions.
Yes.
And some people say things that aren't very nice, and that's just.
But
the way it is.
I'm just gonna ignore them comments.
I would. What would you say to someone else who is struggling with disability of some sort, and they feel frustrated because they haven't been able to achieve their goals or do the things they would like to do? What would you say to that person?
Don't give up and keep trying.
So,
because look where I am. I didn't think I was gonna get this far with all my stuff, and I'm pretty far.
yeah. But there were times you got discouraged, right?
Yes,
I mean,
there have been times where I wanted to give up and I wanted to like throw in the towel, but I didn't.
yeah. I think that's really good. I think we all need to hear that, because we all there are limitations,
Yes.
there are,
Everybody has a limitation
Yeah,
to
we don't-
what they're going through or what.
limitation, maybe that's not the right word to use. We all have challenges.
Yeah.
We all have things to overcome.
Yes.
So I think no real goal is worth achieving if it doesn't require you to be challenged. It doesn't
Right.
require you to make an effort. If it doesn't require you to battle through some adversity and some negativity or some
Right.
things that, to get there. If it was just an easy race, everybody would win, right? Everybody would
Yeah.
cross the finish line. It's not that easy, right?
Right.
You have to like you said, keep trying and don't give up.
Right.
And to keep learning, right?
Yes.
Because are you done learning?
No.
I'm not. I mean, I'm a lot older than you. I'm not done learning.
Right.
So I think would you, that's part of it too, isn't it? To
Right.
keep learning and look for ways to advance yourself. And would you agree with me today more than ever? There's more resources out there
Yeah. There's
for you
more.
to learn and to.
There's more resources out there that if you have a disability, no matter what kind of disabilities you have, there's more options out there to get the help you need to get to the next level you want to do.
Yeah. And there was one other thing. I had a professor in college who said, and now you may or may not agree with it, but I think it makes some sense. I remember a student saying, it's kind of a stupid question. The professor said, there are no stupid questions. The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. In other words, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
Right? Don't be afraid to ask someone else. Like, that's how you can learn. Like, sometimes people are afraid to ask. That'll set you back.
I also, some of my friends, they're gonna be on this channel maybe, and I'll let them tell their story.
Very good. All right. Well, is there anything else, or do you think that wraps it up for this podcast? If you want to say that.
Yeah, it's it
This is
is.
the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you folks for tuning in, and on behalf of Robert, here I am taking over. Get your own channel, right?
But you have a channel.
But no, I just have a couple of videos. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about this. And
Yeah,
we look forward
like
to your comments, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my comments and questions. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions, and I will get back to you when I can.
Sounds good. So long, folks.
Bye.